just like people that were making, they wore like puffy parkas and they didn't wear leather, they didn't dress like rock stars, and I remember that I was like, oh, those guys look like me, so yeah, Pavement was a huge influence on me. So was Guided by Voices and I mean, but even Afghan Wigs. I mean, like honestly, Cincinnati, like Afghan Wigs and Guided by Voices, the Southern Ohio stuff were actually my favorite bands in the world. And I don't know if it's a Southern Ohio thing, but Pavement's not from there. But those bands, maybe like these guys are from here, and they've become rock stars. Like made me believe that why not try it. So. Yeah, but Pavement in a different way, just because they didn't pose as if they weren't trying to be Stone Temple Pilots or some cool rock band. They were just these nerdy college guys, and it made me connect the music to them in a way. So yeah, huge Pavement fan.
Thank you, that was awesome.
Thank you, I thought so too.
Guys, congratulations. This movie is an incredible accomplishment. We appreciate how you represent Cincinnati. Truly tremendous. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Of course.
My question is how has this movie and the work that you've spent with each other on the road, how has that changed your relationship as brothers? And do you see each other in a different light now, or how do you perceive each other now differently since you've been able to spend this time together?
We used to like each other more. That's over.
As they say, never get into business with family members, and that's kind of true. No, I would have to say we've gotten pretty close. I mean, I saw firsthand how hard the National have worked to get to the level they're at, and it was a huge inspiration for me, especially in my darkest hours, that I just kept working at it and not giving up, and just throwing. And it's true. The movie is what I went through, is just to put everything out there and pour your heart and soul into something, and put your fears and your insecurities out there, because a lot of people feel the same way, and a lot of people can connect with that. And I just saw how hard my brother worked, and that really impressed me and taught me a lot about being an adult.
The whole process of him being on tour and then making this movie and stuff made me also respect a very different side of him that I didn't maybe quite appreciate before. That he's his own person, and we're very different, and he sees the world through different lenses than I do. And he's got a whole different kind of brilliance to him, and so it made me understand him and respect him better through the process of him making this movie and living with us and stuff. So we're closer than ever. Although we just had a huge fight.
We just had a huge fight. Yeah.
Whatever that happens every dinner.
Yeah. When the booze starts talking.
I knew that your reviews are exceptional on this film. That doesn't always mean anything to me. I wanted to see the film, and I absolutely loved it.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, loved it, how real it is. And I haven't seen anything that's touched me like that in a long time. I have a question for Matt.
Mm-hmm.
And being so close to the film and everyone in it and everything, when did you think this is really good? This really is something. And when did somebody first tell you, somebody outside of the circle, you've got a phenomenal film?
I knew that Tom could make something. I always knew that Tom could make something good if he really stayed with it and worked and took the time with it. And it didn't matter to me what it was going to be. I just knew that he could make something good. And then a lot of it was my wife was the one who's like, oh, we've we've changed the focus of the film away from you and your band, and more about Tom. And honestly, that was like, oh, that's, I got that, and I was 100% behind that. And so then Tom and my wife Corinne kind of showed me some of the weird, ugly, awkward stuff of Tom, and then even some of the ugly, awkward stuff of me, like being not so unflattering crap of me and stuff. And that's when I knew that they were going for something bigger and more interesting than just like a band on tour documentary, which is fine. I love those kind of movies, but we didn't want one of those. We didn't need one of those. And the fact that it shifted to be more this other thing about family and the complicated relationships that people have with each other and with themselves, that's when I knew that there was a potential for something good there. And so I kind of even when we hired Tommy, even when it was just about making just little web content, I knew that eventually he would make something good. I was never that worried about it. The rest of the band was stressed out. They didn't know what he was doing. But I kind of had a lot of blind faith for a long time.